Alright, so I hope you're ready for a cool little trick that I got to make the best dessert in all the land. So I'm adding in the strawberry jello to your kettle. Now I'm going to let this boil. Now while this boils, come follow me here. I'm going to take out my strawberries from my little wine glasses. You're just going to slice them off going down. This is going to give us uniformity all the way through. So now it's time to make our jello. So of course you got to go to the top. Everybody wants to be there. We're going to pour it about 3/4, halfway up from the bottom, okay? So actually, looking at about here. No, it will not break your wine glasses, so you're good. Now we're going to play a little basketball, where you're just going to put about 4 in for each one. We'll do some more. There you go. Go to the side, just follow me here. Whee! Yeah. Alright, so at this moment, take your wine glass, put 1, 2, and now it's time for the fridge. These are all going to go right back in the refrigerator. Alright, so now it's time to do a little cool thing. Take off your little Sprite. We're going to put it into a boiler. So just watch. So once we pour it in, of course, going to heat it up, get it to a boil. But now follow me. So I have my strawberry jello all ready with the whipped cream. Going to put it right in. And this is a cool little dessert that we're making here that is probably going to be reminiscent of the best dessert that you can get at any restaurant in your town. And I'm not going to lie, it smells absolutely wonderful in here. Alright, so now we need to add in some fresh whipped cream. You can also add Cool Whip if you'd like. And this is going to make it into a mousse. Alright, so break it up. Very, very simple. So we're going to take our mousse that we already made, and we're just going to pour it in there, aka tip it. We get a good layer, just like that. Alright, so you're just going to finish, and now it's right back into the fridge. Alright, so we're now toward the end. So, I'm going to put my places right here. I'm going to have my little Hershey strawberry syrup, and this is a milk frother. One of these big bad boys, you can use, wow, an electric tool with a little bit on the end. And so this is how we're going to decorate the plate. And then just give it a click, just like so, and you get a cool spiral pattern. Alright, so I'm going to take my torch. What you're going to do, you're going to go right at the top where the stem is, and just twist. And what this is going to do is kind of start releasing the gelatin, kind of get it a little bit warm, and then you're going to work your way down. That looks absolutely amazing. Alright, so now it's time for decoration time. So I'm going to take whipped cream, I'm going to do 3, and then 1 right on top. Just like so. Some of the strawberries that I had left over. And then lastly, what you're going to want is a little bit of mint. Gives it a great little floral look. Alright, as always, you got to eat what you make. And I know it's going to be good because I've already tasted it, maybe. Look at that. Easy as pie to cut into. Grab some whipped cream. With this great recipe, how do we start off? Strawberry jello, that is. I've already started with a little bit here. Give it a little swirl, 1, 2, 3. Knock it out. And if you want to just drink this, you can. I like jello just as it is, so I'm going to keep going with it. Now from here, go right into a bag, aka a plastic bag. So we're going to let this thing fill up, and then you can use the leftover of what is in here to make a really good fruit punch. So we're going to let this continue till about the bag is about 1/2 full, and it smells great already. This is also how you make Kool-Aid Pops, if you didn't know. Okay, once the bag's about halfway full, I'm going to go ahead and close this off. Make sure no red goes on the table because you know what's going to happen there. This is the hard part with jello, is that you got to close this big bad guy here. Alright, once we get it closed, looks just like this. We're going to place it right into your fridge and let it sit down. I'm not going to let you see that part though. Put that there, close. Now, here's the cool thing. I already got one ready for you. So we're going to take this off. Look at that. You see the jello? Woo! It's jello-y. Now with the recipe, I'm using golden Oreos, so I'm going to place this on top. I've already mixed them, as you can tell. Finish off. Now here's the big thing. Use your hands. So we're going to start folding in our jello, just like this. And then we're going to now mix everything into it. And if you've never seen this before, this is the first time in history that we're doing this anywhere. Alright, after everything's mixed, let it sit. I'm going to use the milk for our next step. Alright, so we're going to go into our Rice Krispies with milk and then also freeze-dried, aka dried, get in there, strawberries. And the reason for this is that now it's going to actually have a little bit of a strawberry flavor with the Rice Krispies. Put everything in, then we give it a little shake. Hopefully it doesn't break out the bottom, by the way. We need to strain out everything because that milk's going to absorb into the Rice Krispies. So it's the big boy coming out. Got some red coming out, and this is all because of the strawberries. All right, there you go. I'm gonna put that in there. Now, look at my handy dandy pancake batter shaker. So I'm using the same thing of milk. Now with our tinted milk, I'm gonna pour that in. And I'm just looking in the bottom to make sure that I have the right quantity so I don't go over. There's gonna be everything you need, which is the recipe on chefclub.tv. So we have our eggs, we have our flour. Now I'm just gonna give it a shake here, and you're gonna have to give it a pretty good shake. So you got eggs, flour, salt, baking powder, baking soda if you want, baking powder. All right, so we're shaking it just like as a bartender. You're gonna hear it get really liquid and thick. After this, I'm gonna go ahead and open up, ooh, steamy. All we're gonna do is pour in our batter now. Come on out. Whenever you're doing waffles, you don't go all the way to the side. You can do a zigzag pattern like this, and it's gonna go into the holes, so don't worry about it. Take it off, shut it, set it and forget it. 2 minutes. With our crumble, I've spread out just a little bit. Here is the cool part. Take your waffle cone, go into some white chocolate. You're gonna push right up to the top. Now this is gonna act as a little bit of a sticky absorbent. Gonna go right into our crumble, and we're just gonna start rolling it in. This is gonna pick up all the Jell-O, all the cookies. And the reason that I'm doing a huge line is so it catches it all at the same time. From there, we're gonna go with our second one. Gonna go ahead and dip right in. Go right up to the top. Let it drip off, grab. Go right back, same path. Just hold in the center. You're gonna have to push down. Now once we get here, we're gonna take our strawberry ice cream. I'm gonna push this down, give it a little tap. Now, seeing that we're doing a cool shortcake, take a knife, and seeing that a sorbet is gonna be easy to cut through. Push down on both. You're just gonna plop and plop. Now, take one in, put right in the center of your shortcake, aka the waffle. I'm gonna take some whipped cream. We're gonna go around, and we're just like a coloring book. From here, start placing in your strawberries. You wanna push the whipped cream out, so take 2 at a time. Just doing the same thing that we just did for the first layer. Once you get here and you have that little bit of a top, just push down. You can see how everything looks great. And it's a hidden trick for everybody because we're actually made an ice cream cake. With these set, that's aka the white chocolate, you're gonna take the rest of your strawberries, you're gonna drop right in. Use the rest of your whipped cream, and we're just gonna pipette it around. You're just gonna go in a circle, just like a little ice cream cone, just like that. Now we need to place it on top. What we're gonna do is place it. Use your whipped cream as kind of like a little glue for yourself, and now you're gonna push that out. Push it all the way down, and we're not done yet. So you're gonna take the rest of your white chocolate, and we're just gonna drizzle over just like this. And go in, and this way, if you do it this way, you're not gonna have a lot, but it's just gonna add to the effect of it. Okay, you need to add a little bit more color. So I'm using half strawberries. You can start putting them around. And you want to keep the skin on, and the reason being is that it'll actually show the green because it'll actually make everything pop. And now we're not done just quite yet. We're gonna need to let everybody know what we're eating. So you're gonna take some of your hacked Oreos used. A serrated knife, and it'll cut very, very easily, by the way. You're just gonna put those in the center. Now to finish it off, here, let's get that guy up there. To finish it off, just use a little mint. Now you got the color for everything. Put some stuff there. Put a little bit on the bottom, just with the white, the black.
Cup like this, and you're gonna dip it into the juice. Perfect. And you're gonna wait until it solidifies. Once it's set, look at this. It's amazing. I'm gonna dip it into sugar here, liquid sugar, and pretzel. So we're gonna take our shots. Look at this. Everything is edible. Little shot, and we're gonna fill. Now, I'm gonna fill them with vodka. Perfect. And now that you have your vodka, we're gonna put a little bit of raspberries to have the vodka, raspberry. Beautiful. And now, let's keep going with our white chocolate. So I'm gonna pour a big quantity of chocolate, and we're gonna make sure that the chocolate's going all the way to the edges, not over, obviously. And once you have a nice layer of chocolate, you're gonna pour everything back. Of course, the chocolate that you have here can be reused for another recipe. Beautiful. Look at this. Now let's set. Once your chocolate is set, we're gonna unmold it really carefully. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at this shine here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna melt it a little bit on a hot pan to have this perfect shape. Beautiful. So I have my first part here, and I'm gonna take my second. Careful again, I don't want them to break. Beautiful. Melt again. And once you're gonna melt it like that, you're gonna create some melt chocolate that's gonna help you stick the two together and seal everything. I usually use my finger to smooth the outside to make sure that it's perfect. It's beautiful. Once you have your bowl here, I'm going to open it with a cookie cutter that I put in the oven. Now that you have your circle there, I'm just gonna push a little bit to put the chocolate. We're gonna take some cream, just Cool Whip that I made, and we're gonna garnish the bowl to create a trifle. We're gonna add some strawberry. I love strawberry, so you can put a lot inside. Beautiful. We're gonna add some crushed pretzel. The second layer of strawberry, beautiful. A second layer of pretzel. And we're gonna finish with our beautiful whipped cream to have this decoration. Of course, you can do anything you want. A little pretzel on the top, that is pretty. We're gonna put strawberries, just cut in half. I'm also gonna put some dry raspberries here and there, just to add some crunch and beautiful texture. Beautiful. And now let's have this beautiful dessert. And we have our beautiful vodka and strawberry shots. Let's assemble them with our beautiful dessert. As you can see, they perfectly keep their shape. Beautiful. Enjoy.